Still Ben Gannon dug. Square ball. Lays it off. Semenyo! That'll do it!
If you've been following the Premier League this season, you know that Antoine Semenyo has been absolutely sensational. The Bournemouth forward has transformed from a promising talent into one of the most dangerous attackers in English football. And now the rumor mill is in overdrive. Manchester City are reportedly monitoring his situation closely, and this potential transfer could reshape both his career and City's attacking options. Before we dive deeper into this blockbuster story, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Let's talk about why Manchester City are so interested. Semenyo isn't just scoring goals, he's doing it in the most impressive ways possible. His two-footed ability makes him virtually impossible to defend. Defenders can't show him onto his weaker foot because he doesn't have one. He can cut inside from the left and rifle it in with his right, or attack from the right side and finish clinically with his left. For a Pep Guardiola team that thrives on unpredictability and versatility, that's an absolute goldmine. What makes Semenyo even more valuable is his work rate. This isn't a luxury player who only turns up when his team has the ball. He presses relentlessly from the front, covers enormous amounts of ground, and fights for every ball like his life depends on it. That intensity is exactly what Guardiola demands from his forwards. Remember how City's system requires attackers to immediately press after losing possession? Semenyo already does that naturally at Bournemouth. The timing of this potential move is fascinating. Semenyo just signed a new 5-year contract with Bournemouth, which was meant to ward off interest from big clubs. But here's the thing about football. When a player reaches this level of performance, contracts become negotiable. Bournemouth will want to maximize their profit, and City have the financial muscle to make it happen. We're talking about a player who cost the Cherries just £10.5 million 2 years ago and is now valued at potentially 10 times that amount. For Semenyo, this represents the ultimate dream. He spent years going from trial to trial as a teenager, rejected by Arsenal, Tottenham, and Millwall. He worked his way up from the 6th tier of English football, grinding it out on loan at Bath City and Newport County. But it's not just about sentiment. From a tactical perspective, Semenyo fits City's needs perfectly. With Julian Alvarez gone, and questions about the long-term futures of some attacking players, City need fresh blood up front. Semenyo offers pace, power, directness, and the ability to play across multiple positions in attack. He can lead the line as a striker, operate from the wing, or even drop deeper to link play. That flexibility is invaluable in Guardiola's system. The impact on Bournemouth would be significant. Losing their star player mid-season or next summer would be a massive blow. But the financial windfall could allow them to rebuild and strengthen other areas. For Semenyo, the decision isn't easy. He's loved at Bournemouth, he's playing regularly, and he's the main man. At City, he'd have to fight for minutes and adapt to the most demanding tactical system in world football. One thing is certain, this transfer story is just beginning, and it's going to be one of the most fascinating sagas of the next few windows. The kid who was rejected by everyone is now wanted by the champions. The player who scored 6 goals in the 6th tier is now terrorizing Premier League defenses week after week. The financial aspect of this deal cannot be ignored either. Reports suggest that Bournemouth would demand somewhere between £60 to £80 million for their prized asset. That's a massive jump from the £10.5 million they paid, but it reflects the modern market and Semenyo's incredible development. For City, that price tag isn't prohibitive. They've spent similar amounts on players before. And if they believe Semenyo can contribute to multiple trophy campaigns, the investment makes complete sense. What's particularly interesting is how this move could affect the Premier League landscape. If City signs Semenyo, they're not just adding quality to their squad, they're also weakening a team that has caused them problems. Bournemouth had become awkward opponents for top sides, and Semenyo is a huge reason why. Taking him out of the equation makes life easier for City in their pursuit of silverware. There's also the international dimension to consider. Semenyo represents Ghana, and playing for Manchester City would elevate his profile on the global stage. More exposure in the Champions League, bigger matches, and the opportunity to win major trophies would only enhance his reputation and potentially make him one of Africa's biggest football stars. From a development perspective, working under Pep Guardiola could take Semenyo's game to heights nobody imagined possible. Guardiola has a proven track record of elevating good players into world-class performers. Look at what he did with Raheem Sterling, Phil Foden, and more recently, Erling Haaland. The Spanish manager's attention to detail, his tactical genius, and his ability to improve players technically and mentally is unmatched. Semenyo's raw attributes combined with Guardiola's coaching could create something truly special. However, there are risks involved. The step up from Bournemouth to Manchester City is enormous. The pressure, the expectations, and the scrutiny are on a completely different level. Some players thrive in that environment, while others crumble. Semenyo's mentality and his journey through the lower leagues suggests he has the character to handle it, but there are no guarantees in football. If you've made it this far, you're clearly invested in this story. Join our community by subscribing, and let's follow Semenyo's journey together. Thank you for watching the video to the end.